Well, hello there, fabulous photographers. Welcome to our live AMA, which is Ask Me Anything. Today, I am answering your social media marketing questions. So if you have questions about Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, Periscope, your blog, your newsletter, now's the time to ask. So if you are joining me, hit up those comments below. Even if you are watching the rebroadcast of this, please go ahead and hit up those comments, especially if I don't answer a question that you are wondering about within this live AMA, because I can direct you to tutorials and resources that I already have out there, or I can create brand new ones for you. Now, you guys know I am a social media marketing strategist here at Cam Robinson Photography and over at Reading Transforms. I've been working with authors over at Reading Transforms for a number of years now in social media marketing strategy, and we've gotten some awesome people on bestsellers lists. So I am excited to be coming back to the photography world. I've only recently jumped back into educating photographers. So I've been a professional photographer for years and years and years, but I never educated on social media strategy. I have recently been asked by some of my photographer friends to go ahead and make some tutorials and resources and courses and masterclasses and on-demand mini trainings for photographers and social media. So in the last maybe 2 weeks, I've jumped into creating some amazing content for photographers, and this is our very first live AMA for photographers. So I have a ton of resources out there for my authors, which I can give to you, and you can check that out. I'm also making everything in relation to photographers as well. So I had some people write in questions before we went live. Over the last 24 hours, I put out a call for questions, and I got some great ones. I'm going to prioritize those because I had them right in. So I have the questions here. We're going to answer those, and then if we have time, I'm going to get to some other ones as well. If you are here with me, go ahead and hit up those comments and let me know what questions you want answered as far as any of your social media marketing in relation to being a photographer. Now, I know I have some amazing entrepreneurs who are not photographers and not authors who follow me. You're here, hey, let me know what brand, what business, what area you are in, and I will happily tailor some questions to you as well. So if you've got questions, hit up those comments below, and let's get started and answer some of your social media marketing questions. Okay, so the first one is, should I be posting the same things on Instagram and Facebook? I never know what to share, so I often share the same picture on both. Well, that is a good question, Dana, and I've got some good news for you. This is actually kind of both. You can do both. You can absolutely share the same thing, but should you always be sharing the same thing? The answer to that is going to be no. Your Instagram feed and your Facebook feed should not look like the exact same thing. And let's break this down, because Instagram and Facebook are very different platforms. And yes, Facebook owns Instagram. So there are a lot of similarities. The algorithms work in very similar ways. There's a lot of overlap with this, but these are two very different platforms, and you need to interact with them in two very different ways. And furthermore, you have two very different audiences on both of these platforms. So people who are on Instagram are conditioned specifically to look for a specific type of image, and you are going to see that they respond better to a specific type of imagery. And on Facebook, we are conditioned to look for other things. They're going to be very different ways of presenting content. Your captions are going to be different. The comments are going to be different. The way that people are liking and interacting and reacting to your posts are going to be very different. So you have to take into consideration who you're dealing with. So yeah, sometimes it's totally okay to use the same image. I do it. I do it a lot. That's okay. But it should not be the exact same thing. Think about it. Facebook's feed just goes up and down. It's one thing and you just scroll through it and that's it. Instagram has that same feed, but when you click over to that profile, it's no longer in that straight feed. You now get a grid of three images. And so over on Instagram, you have to be very, very aware to keep your content extremely curated, very professional looking. And when people are scrolling through your feed, not the main feed, but your personal feed, your feed needs to look and feel like a magazine. It needs to be highly curated. You need to be very aware of when you're posting and how it's going to look within your grid. Over on Facebook, that is less necessary because it's just a scrolling feed. There's no curation to it. It's not super pretty. It's not side by side. It's on top and below. So you don't have to worry about the order as much. it's not as visually pleasing as Instagram. So you have to be hyper aware of what you're doing over on Instagram. You have to take the time and make the effort to really, really be intentional about how you are posting over on Instagram. Now, here's the deal. You can be doing a lot of the same content. That's okay. Change up your captions. Remember, who are you talking to? It's a different audience. They respond to different things. They respond in different ways. You have to understand and know who you're dealing with over on Instagram. So if you're using the same image, change your caption. Write something different. And remember, you have to be strategic about your captions. If you have not seen our videos on that yet, make sure you check that out. You got to be very, very intentional that you are posting things that will get interaction, because the algorithm system is ranking you based on your interactions. And that decides when your content is kicked out to people, and in what order, and how many people they show it to. That is determining your organic reach. And so you have to be very aware of your captions so that you get engagement and responses, so that you're higher, so that you get more fans. Now, over on Facebook, you still have to be hyper aware of getting those interactions, but you can do it a little bit differently. And you can post things differently. Over on Instagram, we are trained to look for square images. And yes, it does allow you to post the rectangular images, but you're gonna do better if you have those square images, because the feed still works in square images and your grid is still in square images. So if you crop your image to a square format, that's gonna work better for you. But over on Facebook, you really have to test it out to see if rectangular or square is going to work better for you. You also wanna make sure that you are testing things out. So you gotta be very aware of trying things and see what is working and see what things are going to look like. And when you are posting things, you have to decide, is it going to be the same? What am I going to change about this? Change your caption, change how you're interacting with it. If you have the ability to, however, use different images, that is going to work really well for you, because you will have crossover people on your Instagram and on your Facebook. So if you are showing off a photo shoot that you just did, pick 2 pictures that you really like and post one picture on Instagram and one picture on Facebook. Same client, different images. It gives people something new and unique to look at. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Go ahead, drop a comment below and let me know who you are, what type of photography you do, and what your social media marketing questions are. So if you have the opportunity to actually go ahead and use different images, that's going to be really helpful to you. Now, here's a little pro tip here. Do not post every image from your photo shoot, and certainly do not put them all together. Especially on Instagram. If people are going through your feed and they see the same face and almost the same pose for like 5 pictures in a row, bad. Don't do that. Create an album. 1 picture as the main picture, and then 9 to follow that. That's totally cool. If you want to post them so it's in your main feed, separate them by a couple of different shoots. So do your senior shoot with this one lovely girl in the red dress, and then do something else, and then do something else, and then do something else, and then do that girl in the red dress again. Just separate it so that people can see their unique images and they're not going to get bored visually. So take the time, make the effort, and learn what's going to work on Facebook, learn what's going to work on Instagram, and then you just have to do what you can to kind of create a unique experience, whether that's changing a caption because you're using the same picture, or you're using a different picture, or you're doing both, because you can totally do that too. But if you can give them more reason to interact with you, that is going to be better. So if you do have crossover fans on Instagram and on Facebook, and you can go ahead and get them to respond in different ways on both platforms, that's really going to help you out. Okay. That one we were actually going to do a full episode on, so I don't need to worry about that one yet. What days and times are best to share specific info so most of your audience will see it, considering when most people are most often online along with Facebook's algorithm? Okay, when is the best time to post? The good news is, and the bad news is, that I have an answer and I don't have an answer. It's kind of one of those toss-up things where I do have an answer for you, but also it's a little bit on the vague side. So I cannot tell you specifically for you what the best time to post is going to be. I can't do that. You have to test that. You have to see what your audience likes and when they're going to be available. Now, what I can tell you is you can figure this out. And yes, there are going to be times that are better than others to post. So let's think this one through. If you are posting, you need to have people engage with you immediately for the algorithm system to rank you as valuable. There is a time limit with this algorithm. We do not know what this time limit is. We can guess, but they are very tight-lipped about this. So we don't know how long it takes. So you pretty much immediately need to be getting engagement on these images over on Instagram and Facebook and all social media platforms to have it kicked out to more and more people. So you need to start testing when your people are around. And let's think this through. As photographers, who are your clients? Who are they? Are they teenagers who hang out in school? Are they mamas who work? Yes. Are they grandparents who hang out on Facebook all day? Who are they? Who are your fans and when are they active on social media? Now, let's just assume the majority of your clients are going to be working people. They have jobs. They've got 9-to-5s. They make a living so that they can turn around and pay you, right? So when are these people going to be available? Morning, before they go to work, lunch breaks, and primetime television when they're multitasking and watching their favorite TV show and surfing the internet on their phone. These are going to be good strategic times for you, but then we need to dive even deeper. Because who are your clients? Yes, they are working people, likely. They're likely working people. But what other responsibilities do they have? If you are dealing strictly with mamas who have children, who they have to get out the door to school every morning, they are probably going to wake up. They're going to make breakfast for their kids. They're going to get them out the door. They're going to get ready for work, and they're going to leave for work. Are they going to have time to check social media? Maybe for a few seconds, but probably not more than 2 or 3 minutes just to check emails and just make sure they don't have any messages, right? So is morning going to be a super strategic time for you to be posting? Probably not. Lunch breaks are decent times because people will be stressed out and they will want to take a break by jumping on their phone and checking their social media. That's going to be really helpful and beneficial to them and to their mental health there. However, we have to keep in mind some people like to socialize in the office during lunch break. So yes and no, it depends. That one really depends. Now, let's just think for a minute. What if you are a photographer to mamas of young babies who have nap time in the afternoon? And that is the time they get to go online and hang out and just relax during nap time. Is that going to be a good time for you? Yes. But only if they are the overwhelming majority of your clients. Now, I, as a photographer, have found in previous years, this is something I've been working on for years and years and years, way before the algorithms were actually in place. I have found that a lot of people go on their phones while they're watching television in the evening. So, like, primetime television, whatever time that is, that's a great time to post. A half hour before or right up until around when it starts. People sometimes engage with their televisions and they really want to watch what's on TV. So they will ignore their phone, except on commercials. So if you do it in the half hour, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes before the show comes on, you know, when they sit down in their comfy chair and they're waiting for their favorite TV show to come on, what are they going to do? They still have 5 minutes left. It's not on yet, but they got the kids out of the way. Kids are in bed and they are ready to watch their favorite show, but it's not started yet. Oh, they're going to go on their phone. They're going to check it out. That's a great time to post. But again, all of this you have to figure out for yourself. So who are your clients and when are they online? And then you got to test. Is it going to be better in the morning? Is it going to be better in the afternoon? Is it going to be better in the evening? Is it good at 7:30? Is it good at 8 o'clock? When is it? Take a couple weeks, post things, mark down how many responses you are getting and how quickly, and figure out when most people are on. And then work with that and work it. That's going to make a difference. What info is worth paying to promote? Okay, as far as paying to promote things, I'm going to give you a pro tip here. Do not boost your posts. That is bad. That's not helpful to you. It doesn't give you very good reach. It does not get your content out there in a valuable way. You don't get a lot of interactions. You don't get to target it. It's just not a valuable situation for you. And I've had a lot of people over at Reading Transforms, my authors, a lot of them argue with me. on this post or on this topic because it is easier, because it requires less work, because someone else told them to do it. But I've studied how to do ads. I have worked under the highest professionals, like people who are making thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars teaching people how to effectively do this. They are making thousands of dollars from their own ads. Trust me when I say boosted posts aren't your thing. Don't do it. It's a waste of your time and money. You're going to get so much more effectiveness from doing actual ads. You need to stick with those. So in relation to that, what is going to be valuable to you to actually pay for ads for? Well, we have to be really specific, and you really need to look into how to target ads specifically, especially for local businesses. So educating on doing ads for someone who runs a business off of the internet is going to be very different from people targeting local people. And I am working on doing some trainings and tutorials and courses and things about that, or on that for you guys, in relation to doing it in a local manner. However, things that are going to be valuable to start thinking about would be things like your promotions, like your sales. If you have a blog post that you have written that is an epic blog post that really, really, really educates your fans and leads to something else like booking a photo shoot with you, or like creating a wall collection with you, or whatever it is, that is going to be something that is valuable to post. However, whatever it is that you are doing in your ads, it has to give value to people. So it's not just, oh, hey, I've got a sale, but, oh, hey, I've got a sale and I'm gifting you some things. Like, there's some free stuff involved. There's something valuable for you. I'm training you on how to prepare for your photo shoot. I'm giving you a guide. I'm giving you something that's going to be valuable to you. So you have to make sure that it is worth their time and effort, because people are sold to every day. You don't want to sound like a commercial. So you have to really give them value. I would not necessarily just promote your images, because that's not going to do you a lot of good. That wouldn't be very helpful. If you are gearing up for wedding season and you are ready to go, you want to get more wedding clients, create some kind of amazing resource for brides in your area. I'm talking about locations. I'm talking about vendors. I am talking about educating on how to get really good photos and where to take these really good photos and what to look for in a good photographer. I am talking about going major, major, major and building this out for them so it's a huge resource, and then paying for an ad to go to whatever this resource is. And hopefully that'll get you some really good responses from people. And hopefully that'll get you some bookings. Sorry, I'm totally losing my voice. Yesterday I was so busy. I did so many recordings and voiceovers and all sorts of things that I lost my voice by the end of the night. I had no voice, and obviously I have no voice now. But it is very important to take the time to figure out what is going to be the most valuable to them and what is going to get the most return for you, because ads cost money. So if you are not making money off of this, if you're not selling them something, if you're not getting a client out of this, it is not going to be worth it to you. And there's going to be other types of advertising that will be more valuable to you. However, if you can find that sweet spot, if you can find that thing that's going to be incredibly valuable and actually get people to respond to you, if you are actually going as far as creating something really epic for these people, they are going to want to purchase from you. Get an ad. But you have to study ads. You have to learn about ads. You have to know how to target and retarget. You have to know how to use the pixel. You have to know how to put these things on your sites and your different things. So if you are some kind of educator, if you are educating photographers and you are trying to get them to a webinar, which then leads to a course that you're selling, cool. But you got to know what your rates are. You got to test things. You got to mark things down and really track things and learn about how to do Facebook ads or Instagram ads. You got to learn them. Do not jump into ads until you have learned about them. You can take courses. You can pay somebody to do it for you. If you pay somebody to do it for you, expect to pay a lot. Because if they're cheap, they're not. They're not. Don't do it. If they're a lot. It's costs a lot to get somebody to do ads for you. Like, I would make a lot if I were doing ads for people. I do make a lot. I don't do it often, but I do sometimes. But stick around, because I'm creating content on that. Right now, I do not have anything available to you as a photographer for Facebook ads. I am currently building a course for my authors. I'm also going to be building a course for my photographers to teach you what is going to be incredibly valuable. So off the top of my head, my advice to you is don't do it unless you understand it. And I'm talking like, understand what the pixel is and how to use it and where to put it and how to retarget with it. If you don't understand those words, you are not ready to be doing these ads. So make sure you understand it and you are learning. And just stick around, because I'll have more stuff for you. But I can't be super, super specific unless I know about your business and how much you're charging for things and how much or what you're looking to get out of it. And there's a lot. There's a lot. So we'll work on that one. But don't do it unless you understand it, because then it'll just cost you money and that won't be good. Okay. How important is it to have a newsletter as a photographer? That is going to be incredibly important. Your newsletter is going to be the most important thing that you have as a photographer, because your newsletter belongs to you, just like your website, just like your blog belong to you. There's nobody that can take it away. There's nobody that can tell you what to say. There are no character limits. You control your newsletter. You do not control social media. You do not control Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube. There are rules, there are regulations, there are algorithms, and you have to abide by them and work with them, and you are limited by them. Twitter gives you 140 characters before it cuts you off. Instagram truncates you after about 90 characters, so they have to click the ... to read more. You are limited by the algorithms who are deciding how valuable you are and who to show things to. You are limited by everything. Let me tell you a little story. Here's a horror story for you. As an author, about maybe 2 months ago, I'm just making that up. It was a bit ago. I had someone reach out to me and demand that I give them my books for free. And I didn't. And when I didn't, they reported my page. And because Facebook takes these reports seriously, they shut down my page. No one could access it. I did not exist on Facebook. And I was threatened. Like, if you do this again, you will be banned. Like, totally banned. Can't do anything. Like, it was a horrifying, scary situation. And when I reached out to people, they said it takes a while to get it reinstated. And this is because Facebook gets a ton of reports and requests, and they want to make sure that inappropriate things are not on Facebook. So as horrible as it was for me, I am grateful that they did that, because what if it had been something inappropriate and it had been something bad and there were people on there who shouldn't have been seeing that kind of content that were seeing that kind of content. So I personally am okay with the fact that they pulled my page first and asked questions later, as detrimental as it was to me and to my engagement and to handling and working with my fans. That was a horrible thing. It did get rectified within a few days. I did have to go through the process of appealing it, and there's no actual way to reach out to customer support at Facebook. You cannot actually contact anyone. You have to go through the appeal button, and that is literally the only thing you can do. So I had to wait around for them to look at my page, and when they came over to my page, they realized that someone had falsely reported it, and there was nothing that violated the terms and conditions of Facebook. P.S. Pro tip, if you have not looked up the terms and conditions of all these social media platforms and you are using them, you need to stop what you're doing and look those up so that you are not violating their terms and conditions. But I had someone who got mad at me and reported me. And I know some photographers, some authors, some people have had issues with competition reporting them just to be rude. And it messes with your statistics. It messes with your engagement. It messes with your ability to reach people. I had no control over the situation. I did not do anything wrong, but I had my page yanked away for a couple of days. And that could happen to you. We don't control social media. We don't get to choose what they do and what they don't do. So you have to be aware that your newsletter is going to be one of the most important things that you have to have that out there, because this is unfettered access to your clients and to your potential new clients. No one can take them away. The only way that they will not see your content is if they actively choose to not open your email. Unlike social media, where the algorithm decides who's going to see your posts. And they've taken away your organic reach, so most people aren't seeing your posts, right? Nobody can miss your newsletter unless they choose not to open it. The newsletter is essential because even if Facebook goes away, even when Twitter dies, even if Instagram bans you or shadow bans you or whatever is going on, you will always have access to your clients and potential new clients through your email newsletter list. That is one of the most important things that you can be building as a photographer. And I would even stress that this is probably more important to focus on right now than your social media, because it's that incredibly valuable to you. Now, if you are stressing over this, you want to know more about your newsletters, you're in luck because I'm creating a course for you. It is halfway done. I was recording all this week, and I'm going to be putting it together next week, and it will be available to you with a free masterclass webinar that's going to be amazing in the not too distant future. If you want that, comment. I'll put you on the advanced list. I will let you know as soon as we go live with that. I'm going longer than I thought I was. I'm going to try to wrap this up. How important is it to do live broadcasting? It's very important. It's very, very important to be doing live broadcasting as a photographer because of the social media algorithms. We know on the social media algorithms, they rank text posts lowest. So if you're just posting words, not a lot of people are going to see that. If you're posting photos, more people will see that, but still not a lot. And this is because as people are going through these social media feeds, as they're scrolling through, they can easily digest a photo, but with other things, they are actually going to have to stop and pause and wait and look at it to see if they want to continue to watch a video or a live video. So that it gets more interaction, so it's rated higher. Video is ranked next, again, because people have to stop and interact with it to decide if they want to watch it. And then live video is the most important because people like live. They want to see real time. They want to interact with you on a real-time basis. And so that gets ranked higher. So video is incredibly important, and live video is incredibly important. You really need to take advantage of it in your photography brand. Now, I've got some good news for you. I know some of you are thrilled to pieces with how cool my program is here that I am using to live broadcast, and I actually just did a tutorial for that, which I released over at Reading Transforms, and I'm going to be releasing it soon on my photography page as well. And I go through click for button exactly how to use this and how easy it is. I also have a fear-free filming course, and I talk all the time about how to effectively be on camera, even when you are a shy introvert. I'm going to be real with you guys. I am not an extrovert. I know you think I am, because I'm really good at putting on this face for you. And this is a work in progress, guys. This has been years and years of my life learning to be comfortable like this and be okay with myself on camera. But I'm an introvert. I don't like being around people. I don't like talking. When I do live broadcasts, the other day, I did like 4 live broadcasts in a row, and then I did some recordings. And by the afternoon, I felt so emotionally drained. I could not even function. Like, it was really bad. I am an introvert. So you got to learn, you got to work with it. But I have tutorials and resources and videos and articles and all sorts of amazing trainings and things like that on how to be on camera and feel better about yourself, but also how to use video without ever being on camera. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And I will connect you with that tutorial so you can learn all about how to do this, because this makes life so much easier. Like, it's great. It's fantastic. What kind of things do I need to do for Instagram stories? Okay, that is a great question. Instagram stories is going to be incredibly valuable to you because Instagram stories is that thing at the top of Instagram that allows you to create micro videos, which are short videos, and photos weaved together in a story, and it disappears off your page after 24 hours. So this is almost real-time face-to-face access without actually being live, and it gives people a look into your business. Now, if you want ideas for that, I actually have something for you, which I was going to talk about later, but I'll talk about now. It's a free gift all about Instagram stories and how to use it. It's a click for button tutorial where I give you screen grabs and show you exactly which buttons to be using. I then give you ideas to use it as a photographer. And then I go even further by giving you a checklist to get ready to go on Instagram stories every single time, and a slide file with word for word what to say in one specific type of Instagram story for photographers. You will be able to use again and again and again, even on a weekly basis if you want. It's fill in the blank. You can say it word for word. It's super, super easy, and it's incredibly effective. You can get that by going to insiders.kmrobinsonphotography.com. My gift to you. That'll also get you on my newsletter where I'm sending out weekly tips on how to do better with your social media marketing strategy as a photographer. So I hope you'll probably check that out. And we're going to do one more. Maybe we're going to do one more. I told you I'm dying here. What do you recommend if you are just plain bad at social media? I'm a complete introvert and not very good at relating to adults. Are any of us good at relating to adults? I don't know. I'm a kid person. I work with kids. I don't know. I love you adults too. You're awesome. I'm definitely better with kids. Fun times. So what do I recommend if you are not the best at being an extrovert and doing social media? I recommend that you learn. Take tutorials. Do resource articles. Research things. Get on YouTube. Find someone who educates on this. You can hang out with me here at KM Robinson Photography or me over at Reading Transforms, because I do it in both places, but for different reasons. Which, P.S., here on KM Robinson Photography, I am talking specifically to photographers and local businesses. On Reading Transforms, I'm talking specifically to authors and online businesses. So if you're an entrepreneur and you want to study with me, tell me if you're local, or tell me if you are online business based, and you will go to either KM Robinson Photography or to Reading Transforms, because they are very different things, even though I'm teaching the same basic concepts, because I go in depth with them and I kind of teach you how it works within those different types of businesses. So fun times. But I highly recommend that you learn social media. I would focus specifically on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. I would focus strongly on those three. You can definitely do Twitter. Twitter's not doing so hot right now. So yes, it's going to be effective for you right now, but I cannot tell you the future of Twitter right now. That is going to be a location-based thing, so make sure you're using your location hashtags there, because on a Friday night when people want something to do, they'll jump on Twitter and be like, what's happening in my city? So that is definitely there for you, but it's not going to be your best resource. Your best resources are going to be Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, because people go to YouTube a lot for information. So if people are Googling something, if people are going to Google, like, photographer in my area, whatever your town, city is, if they Google that, it's going to give them the most well-known website, the most accessed website. I'm talking SEO here. The one that gets the most attention in your town. But a couple down, but still near the top, in the top of the screen, they're going to give YouTube videos, because people like videos. The algorithms like videos because people like videos. That's why it's so stressed, not only on social media, but on search engines. Video is important. If you had to look for a tutorial, would you prefer to go through a website and like read a bunch of stuff about it? Or do you want to watch the 1-minute video over on YouTube that shows you click for click, button for button? So if you are putting things out on YouTube, that is going to be incredibly valuable to you, because it's going to show up in the search engine, even if your website is not that high. There's a little pro tip right there. Using video gets you more seen on social media and off social media. So really, really take advantage of video. Whether or not you like to be on video, you can still do video and make it really engaging and an essential part of your business that really gets you more notices. Especially as a photographer, like, you guys have so many opportunities because you can show off your photos, your editing, your behind the scenes of a photo shoot, getting ready for a photo shoot, what to wear. You can do all sorts of amazing things with these videos without your face ever being on video. Do a slideshow of your photos, like, do something. There's so much you can do to take advantage of these videos and get the rankings without showing your pretty face, but also learn. because people like to see your face and they engage with who you are. When they hear your voice, when they see your face, they trust you more. They call you a friend quicker. They are more responsive to you when they see you. If I just answered these questions like in a post, maybe people would look, maybe people wouldn't. But when they see me, when they hear me, they understand that I know what I'm talking about, and they trust me a lot more and a lot faster. So learn how to do video and learn how to be comfortable with it. Like I said, I've been doing this for years and years and years, and I hate talking to people and being on video and seeing myself and listening to my voice. Do you know how long it took me to be comfortable with my voice? Yeah, I know it doesn't sound nearly as bad to you, but it's like nails on a chalkboard when you hear your own voice, right? It's horrible until you do it for a couple of years, and then you just get over yourself and you're good because you realize it's not about you, it's about your fans and delivering valuable information to them. So take the time to really focus in on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Understand how to do captions that are going to be quality. They're going to give value, they're going to engage people and get them to respond, because the biggest, most important thing is engagement on your photos, your videos, things you're posting on your social media. So take the time to understand how to get your fans to interact. Now, if you have not done this, if you have not learned, we have resources. I am like 90% sure I've done this on Cam Robinson Photography. I've definitely done a ton of it over at Reading Transform. So if you need information about that, hit up my comments and I will give you some links. It's going to make life a lot easier. Definitely just had a hummingbird show up right in front of my picture window here. Sometimes I get a touch distracted by the wildlife. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up because I am over my time. I was aiming for about 25 minutes and we're about 37 at this point. So thank you so much for joining me. I am Cam Robinson, a social media strategist here at Cam Robinson Photography and over at Reading Transforms. I would love to have you guys reach out and chat with me. If you've got questions, if you've got comments, hit up the comments below. Whether you are live with me now or you are in the rebroadcast here on Facebook or over on YouTube or on my website or on the blog, because we put these things everywhere. Let me know what social media marketing questions you have. You can also hang out with me over at KM Robinson Photography on Facebook and Instagram. Did you notice there? I focus on Facebook and Instagram over this, and I do for all of my businesses because those are the most helpful right now. You can also hang out with me over on kmrobinsonphotography.com, where you have access to our online courses, our online tutorials, our resources, our communities, our on-demand mini trainings, our free masterclass webinars, our videos, and the amazing projects that we're working on over at KM Robinson Photography. You can also join me at KM Robinson. Nope, that was wrong. You can also join me at community.kmrobinsonphotography.com, which will take you over to my closed Facebook group where I'm teaching on the social media algorithms, how to beat them, how to avoid them, how to work with them. We talk about everything you need to know for getting your content more seen by more fans. We talk about building your photographer brand and really engaging, empowering, and equipping your clients to go out and get you new clients and your potential clients to become actual clients. So come join us. It's a really great group of supportive photographers. We just opened this up recently because, like I said, I've been working with photographers in a social media marketing strategy way for about a week and a half, 2 weeks-ish. So we're just getting started. Bring your friends, and we'll all learn and grow together. It's going to be awesome. Also, you can grab my free gift at insiders.kmrobinsonphotography.com, which is a huge, it's a massive click-for-click, button-for-button tutorial on how to use Instagram stories as a photographer, plus all those extra bonuses I told you about. Make sure you grab that. You really want it. And I give you weekly tips in my newsletter, so make sure you hit that up. And as always, if you've got questions, let me know. If this has been valuable to you, if you have found some good answers here, hit the share button, because we want to kick this out to as many photographers as possible, because when we have more people here, I can create more and more content for you and more specific content that will help you out where you are in the business you are in your community, the way that you are doing things. I want to hear from more of you, and the more people we get, the more time that I'm going to spend with you guys. Because remember, I am doing this over with my authors. I am an author and I am a photographer. So I'm a busy person and I have to split my time between everything that I'm doing. And I want to focus the majority of my content where I can be the most helpful when it comes to my social media marketing strategy. So the more of you that there are, the more time I'll spend with you. And the more time I'll create resources for photographers specifically who are working to get local clients to book with them. So if you're interested in that, if you want more of that, click share, bring your friends, brag them here if you have to. because the more of you that there are, the more I will create for you, and it's free. Guys, this is free. I'm not getting paid to do this. I have some courses that I'll be offering at some point, but right now this is all for free, so bring people. Get the free content. 90% of what I do here and 90% of what I do at Reading Transforms is free educational content for you that empowers and equips you to get out there and make your business better. And it's free because I want to offer that to you, and I want to build up this industry, and I want to equip you, and I want to get you ready for this. So the more people you bring, the more time you spend with me, the more you interact, the more you comment. Okay, the more engagement you give me, the more time I'm going to spend with you. However, if my authors are outdoing you, I may end up spending more time with them. And who wants that, right? We want to hang out with you guys. So bring people, and I will spend more and more time hanging out with you guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm KM Robinson, social media and marketing strategist here at KM Robinson Photography and over at Reading Transforms. And I will see you next week for more live videos as we talk about more social media marketing strategy for you as a photographer. Have a great day and stay inspired.